Hello students, today we are going to start our new chapter of Business Studies class 12 and the chapter name is Staffing. This is part 1 of that chapter and this is very important chapter. So what is our today's topic, that is staffing. So first of all, what is the meaning of staffing? We know that for any organization there are three types of resources that is required. First one is physical resources, second one is financial resources, and third one is human resources. But the success of any organization is depend on the human resources. So hard working people or hard working staff is beneficial for the organization. Therefore the manager has to hire a good and efficient employee, and that process is called staffing. So staffing means hiring or finding the right person for right job or right qualification, that is called staffing. Staffing includes manpower planning. It means number of employees that is required for that work. Then recruitment. Then selection, training, compensation, promotion and maintenance of managerial personnel. We will discuss all the topics one by one. Here some definition of the authors that is given. You can choose any one of. Then importance, need, benefit, advantage of staffing. The first advantage of staffing, that is filling the roles by obtaining competent personnel. It means that if competent person are occupied for the job, that means the person is doing their work with very effective and efficient manner. So with the help of this, the person plays their roles very well. The second main advantage is placing right person at the right job. Staffing is a process that means hiring right person for the right job or according to right qualification. That is beneficial for the organization as well as for the employee. Growth of enterprise. If right person is appointed for the right place, that is very beneficial for the growth of the enterprise. Then optimum utilization of human resources. If employee is very efficient, that time for performing the work less number of employees are required. It means that in simple, if we are taking an example, for performing a job there are two groups of employees. The first one is efficient and the second one is inefficient. So efficient employees, only 8 efficient employee can complete the whole work. But if the employee is inefficient, that time they requires 12 employees. So the number of employees increases because they are inefficient. So we can see that efficient employees utilize themselves optimum way, help in competing. If our employees is very efficient, that time they can easily compete to any other firm or compete to any other organization. Improve job satisfaction and morale of the employees. Staffing function does not end only with the appointment of employees. It includes training, promotion, compensation. All these activities help in motivating of the employees. Key to effectiveness of other function. If staff is not well, so the other function of the management is not performed very well. So for the whole performance of the management, efficient staff is the key. So that means efficient staff is the back or is the main portion of whole of the organization. Staffing and human resource management. Human resource management is a part of management which develops the manager. With the help of human resource management, the manager develop themselves and provide training to the employees, compensate the employees, rewarding the employees, and motivating the employees. So what is the basic difference between staffing and HRM? If any organization perform all these work at a small level, that is called staffing. But if any organization perform that all the works at broad level, that is called HRM. So HRM is the broad level of staffing. If any small company hiring staff or providing training, that is called staffing. But if any MNC or Reliance company or any other big company recruit the employees, provide training to the employees and develop the employees, that means it is not staffing, it is HRM, that is human resource management. So here one diagram is given that human resource management is the whole portion and staffing is one of the part of that point. The present day human resource management concept includes the following activities. First one, human resource planning. With the help of HRM, the manager easily plan how many number of employees are required for the work. Employing people. After planning, the manager recruit the employees. Career growth. With the help of HRM, the manager provide efficient training and develop their employees. Performance appraisal. With the help of HRM, the manager can appraise their employees. Motivation. Again, with the help of human resource management, the manager can motivate their employees, providing best compensation, and they also provide social securities to their employee. And after that, with the help of HRM, the manager can easily audit to their organization. Then what is the feedback or what is the negative point in our organization? That is called audit. Staffing process. Staffing is referred as both line as well as staff activity. If it is referred to line activity because like other function, planning, organizing, directing, controlling, staffing is also very important. So that is a line activity. And if we say about staff activity, because it is an important area of management also like marketing management, financial management. So that is staff activity. So we can say that staffing is a line activity as well as staff activity. First one, the steps involved in the staffing, that is estimating manpower recruitment. Staffing process begins with number of employees required. That does not include number of employees required. That also includes types of employees needed. It means number of employees as well as type of employees. Which type of employee required for the organization, that includes estimating manpower recruitment. So estimating manpower recruitment divided into three parts: workload analysis, workforce analysis, and comparing both to find out recruitment. First one, workload analysis. In workload analysis, the manager analyzes number of employees perform or required for the job. Second one, workforce analysis. In this, the manager analyzes how many number of employees are already exist. Then comparison. And after comparing, the remaining staff should be hired. For example, for performing a work, 20 employees are required. That is called workload analysis. If we already have 12 employees, that is called workforce analysis. So we have to hire 8 employees. That is comparison. Recruitment. After this, the next step is recruitment. In this, the manager decides to large number of employees come in the office and give their certificate as well as their biodata for the selection process. So in this process, the manager gives advertisement in the newspaper and any other media like on Facebook and on television, and with the help of all these advertisement, many people came in the office and applying for the job. That is called recruitment process. Then selection. In selection, the best employees is selected according to their qualification and according to their knowledge. So many authors says that recruitment is a positive process and selection is a negative process. Why it is? Because manager wants large number of employees are recruited. It means large number of employees are applying for the job. So that is positive process. It means that many or more peoples are required for that work. And selection, the whole of the employee that applied for the recruitment and the best employees selected and the remaining employees are rejected. So that is negative process because only few employees are selected. So that is not beneficial for all the employees. That is a negative aspect. Then placement and orientation. After analyzing, the best employees provide offer letter and hiring for the vacant job. Then orientation. When the employee came first day to the office, then introduce that employee from existing employees, that is called orientation. So orientation refers introduction of new employees to the existing employees, that is called orientation. Then training and development. After providing the job, the manager has to provide training and development activity to the employees for their efficient utilization of the human resource. So with the help of training and development programs, the employee develop themselves and they can optimum utilize themselves. So that is the advantage of training. In most of the large scale organization, there is separate human resource department, but in small organization, there is no human resource department. So following steps also in the staffing process, that is performance appraisal. After taking training and performing the job for some times, there is need that employee performance must be evaluated, that employee is working well or not. If employee is working well, that time their compensation should be increased. So that is called performance appraisal. Promotion and career planning. Promotion refers to being placed at higher job. It means that existing employee should be at higher position. So that is called promotion, and that higher position provide more pay, that is beneficial for the employee and that increase the motivation point of the employee. Then compensation. After analyzing all the work, the manager has to decide how many compensation or how much compensation should be paid to the employees. That is called compensation. So compensation should be paid on time based payment or performance based payment. In time based payment, this plans means salary or wages are paid on daily, weekly or monthly basis. Or performance based, under this method the payment is made to employees on the basis of number of pieces of or units produced. It means that if employee working 7 days and 1 day wage is 100 rupees, that time the employee is getting 700. That is time based. But if employee produce 1 unit and the cost of 1 unit is 50 rupees and employee produced 50 units, it means 50 cross 50, that is 2500. So that is performance based. So any organization can choose any one of the method. Then here some case study is given that Bhagwati Enterprise is a company engaged in the marketing of air conditioner of a famous brand. The company has a functional structure with 4 main functions: purchase, sales, finance, staffing. As the demand for the product grew, the company decided to recruit more employees. Identify the concept which will help the human resource management to find out the number and types of personnel available, and so that he could decide and recruit the required number of employees. or person for each department. So here the important point is type of personnel available that is already existing in the department. So that is called workforce analysis. Second question that is given in the case study, Akansha, Nikita, Parishma are the owners of handicraft unit in the urban area of Dibrugarh in Assam, which is involved in the manufacturing and marketing of Seetal Patti, traditional mats and jappi. They decided to shift their manufacturing unit to a rural area with an objective of reducing the cost and providing job opportunity to the locals. They followed the functional structure in this organization with a view to increase managerial and operational efficiency. They assessed and analyzed the type of number of employees required, keeping in mind that they had to encourage the women and the people with special needs belonging to the rural area. State the next three steps that they will have to undertake for obtaining a satisfied workforce for the handicraft unit. It means the question is saying for the recruitment process. So we will have to write the three staffing process. So the first staffing process, the second staffing process and the third staffing process, and all the process we already discussed in the previous slide. So you can write the whole portion. Then the next question is given. Resolution Private Limited is a publishing company. Its books on business studies for class 12 in great demand. As a result, the employees in the marketing department are always racing against time. The employees have to work overtime and on holiday to cater to the demand. Managers in the marketing department are under stress as they have to handle more than two territories. The work stress has led to the dissatisfaction among the employees and managers. Name and explain the step of staffing process which has been performed properly. And the second point, state the next two stages immediately. So first of all, we have to identify the process that is defined in the paragraph. So here the process that is defined in the paragraph, estimation of manpower recruitment, because the organization wants to achieve their target. For this they have to hire number of employees, so that is they are talking for the estimation of manpower. So we have to define the whole process of estimation of manpower recruitment. Then the next step we will have to define according to second point. So the next point is recruitment and the next point is selection. So the whole process of recruitment and selection we also have to write.